Hello and welcome to CNG 132 Online Security Fundamentals. I'm your instructor, George Lemos, and I will be with you for the next 15 weeks through this course. Security Fundamentals is probably one of my more favorite courses because it takes what we talk about, or I should say, it takes what you learn about and you're introduced to, and then shows it how to apply to real life. And within, especially in today's world, security is getting more and more broad and more focused at the same time. More and more businesses are starting to focus on components of security and saying, hey, let's secure the databases, the servers, let's really lock down those OSs. Well, generally that could be, that's one aspect of security, but another aspect of security is also educating the people that use your devices to make sure that they are well versed in knowing how to being educated in knowing how to see a scam in an email, or to know if a piece of software is invalid. So let's dive into the course here. This is your landing page. I'll pose only important announcements on the first page. I do really try to reserve that for things that are important. Got the hiccups. When we dive into content, I have each week laid out. So let's click the Getting Started. You'll see that on MindTap, and I hope these open up into the MindTap series. Okay, good. It looks like it's working. Reasons why MindTap could not be working is you're blocking pop-ups. Maybe you haven't added them to the safe sites, but this will, MindTap is the platform where we're going to do a lot of the homework in. So there's short videos. Go ahead and watch the videos as you progress through. I recommend not passing up stuff, but everything will be highly important that deals with this course, and nothing's too extremely long. The discussion rubric, how I grade discussions, syllabus for this year, and the syllabus agreement. So make sure you read the syllabus and do post that you agree to the syllabus terms. As we dive into week one, I'll post this first video here. Of course, I can't really show it because it'd be showing something that already exists. But the first video will be posted here. Weekly check-in videos. I post updates. Say I see a discussion board. With 22 of you in the class, there's kind of outnumber me slightly. I read all of the discussions, even though I might not respond to a whole lot. So use each other to bounce off ideas. You outnumber me kind of good in this class. So make sure you start talking within each other's processes and get those, explore those discussions more deeply, because guaranteed we're going to have all different backgrounds where we're coming in, and security is not just looked at one point of view. It is looked at many different views to make sure they got the broadest scope of coverage. So let's see. We will read in the news and weekly readings. In the news has the topic of staying current. We'll expand on top of that staying current when we go to assignments. Your weekly reading. The Visualize is a short video that lets you watch that chapter. If you watch these videos early, you'll kind of know what we're getting into and be able to respond to people's discussions fairly early. The preview is just what we're going to cover, topics, main objectives. The introduction to security is going to be the actual reading where it says Unit 1 read. That'll be the actual dive in as to trying to define what is security or information security. The discussions are located in the book 1-5E section. So when you get these discussions, make sure these discussions can be approached either after reading or before reading. Some of the discussions require knowing the chapter contents, while other discussions bring in topics that you can relate to and say that you can relate to through personal history, and bring those discussions in. Once again, be real respectful when we're going in these discussions. You want to understand that security has to be looked at from many different viewpoints in order to get the full coverage, and your viewpoint might be radically different from other viewpoints. In the assignments portion, project will be a step-by-step process that is located in the book. My Word document contains blank spaces, and from these spaces I expect some sort of answer, or maybe you notice something happened. Put that information there. Make sure you upload PNG files, basically pictures, screenshots, snaps, along with the file into Project 1 Dropbox assignments in D2L. Going back to assignments, with this course there's going to be some writing. Really it's just picking your brain about topics. When we look at the essay, information security essay submittal, this is reflecting back on the first topic that we read. As you guys start to move along in your course through school, you're going to be writing more and more papers if you move on. But look up Google Scholar, and it'll give you scholarly articles written by peers to back up your statements in your writing. So we see security and its threats. Go to Google Scholar, security threats. There's already papers being wrote on it. We can see that there's PDFs at other places that have been published and are free for you to look at. Then, like I said, these articles are peer-reviewed, so they're very, very valuable over going to Google and saying security threats. We get different search patterns. So once again, we get WebRoot, Cisco, all stuff printed on their site when it's not focused on scholarly articles. Make sure you write the essays in APA format. Look at Purdue OWL APA, and once again, these are not huge, 10-paper essays. Make sure you have your cover page on there. Purdue OWL has that cover page. Looking where you have your name, your university, and the date. Next page is the abstract, where you give a definition. You give a brief overview of what's going to be contained in your essay, which is like, say, okay, this paper is going to contain security and its threats, explanation and definition. Then you write out your view by doing a scholarly search. You find ways to back up your view by saying, hey, look, I think this is it, and here's support to my argument by bringing up threats and countermeasures and why we need security. Slides in review are available for you. The review is crossword puzzles and note cards, so you can look at that and kind of quiz yourself on the vocabulary through the course. The last item for the week should be your quiz, so popping that in and finishing that will be your end. Let's go by clicking any link. It'll take you out to CNG. CNG is going to house, like I said, everything we do. I don't want to take the quiz, but you see these icons on the right hand side. They're going to expand your book. If you click that button, it'll make it the whole page. You'll be able to read your book on your phone, on a tablet, on a laptop. I'm right now on a Surface Pro, and it looks fine, but it becomes mobile for you and accessible anywhere. It shows you the front page of the book. Then on the left hand side it says chapters. Click the chapters, select chapter 1, and make your way through the chapter 1 contents. The case projects here are for discussion. Once again, read through them, pick one to discuss about. The hands-on projects is what we'll be doing in the projects, where we're looking up pieces of the puzzle. This week you'll be flooded with videos, so make sure you watch each video that I post. that's about as long as I want to make this video. I believe I covered everything, but expect the videos kind of be made every Monday, every start of the week, and then kind of picked up again on the week. This week and next week, you're going to have extra videos just for me trying to get you used to this online class. If you have any questions, make sure you email me, or in the discussion boards, you can also post discussions about if you're having lab issues. Right here in the lab discussion. So if you have any issues with lab, instead of emailing me, if you post that, since you guys are kind of outnumbering me, if you post that there, the chances of somebody else seeing that before I do from in between the face-to-face classes is greater, especially if you're posting late at night past like 10 o'clock. It's good to post there and then let other people see it in the morning along with myself. Let's see, what else? When you're replying to a post, make sure you go beyond good post or I agree. Say what you agree with, and why do you agree with it. That'll get you at least 3 or 4 sentences, and that's it.